What's up, guys? Welcome to week 13 of the Booty League podcast. I'm David, as always, and it's just me and you today, Chris.
What's up? Welcome back. No guests. Back to back weeks. It's all good though.
It's all good.
Uh,
Everybody's busy. Hey, they don't want it bad enough. I get it.
just got to pair deeds to the booty. That's all. How's your week going, David?
It's feeling pretty good, cause I'm playing you this week. I feel
Yes,
pretty good
sir.
about it. I have to get past two people, and I'll have a shot at getting into the playoffs, but we'll get more into that later.
Yeah, we got a playoff race segment, so we'll just jump into our stuff for this week. We have 20 new waiver claims, and then four more today. So here's some notable ones. Dalton Schultz for 50 to Nick, two bids. The second one being five. He went for broke here. I think he has zero now. Amir Abdullah 48 to Jonathan, six bids, followed by 5, 2, and zero. Deonta Foreman for 26 to Jonathan, three bids. Other bids were 16 and zero. Kendrick Bourne for 16 to Vintuk, four bids, eight and zeros. Kadarius Tony to James for 10. That's six bids, eight fives and zeros. Yeah, a lot of us are running out of money, so I think a lot of these zeros are just everyone just kind of taking their shot. Packers needed Sammy for eight. That was a lot for defense this week. Tevin Coleman to Chris for eight, four bids, followed by six, five, and three. Daniel Carlson to Marcus for five, three bids. Outwaiver priority Jonathan. Jonathan also bid at five. He now has and then also zero bids. Devontae Parker to Marcus for three bids. Another bid was three and zero. Adrian Peterson to Vinny for 35 because he just landed on Seattle's practice squad,
Mhm.
and that is
That's an
two bids,
Insta 35 bikes.
followed by of course you bid five. Your thoughts on the waiver wire this week?
Down shorts for 50. I mean, it's a little steep. I think he has $0 right now. I think that was just all of it.
Yep, he went all
I
in.
might have gone for um who Foster Moreau instead. If he was still
Hmm.
on the waiver wire, I don't know. Um, but $50 for Dalton Schultz. I mean, sure. I don't know how long Darren Waller's gonna be out for, but he's a good. Actually, now that Michael Gallup's back, he doesn't get as many targets. It's just
Hmm.
that last week they had all those COVID situations, so
Yeah.
yeah. Amir Abdullah for 45, also a lot of money, but we're getting towards the end of the year, so
Yep.
get your guy if you have money. Yeah. What about you? Anything that stood out?
Um, I really wanted Deontay Foreman. I put all my money into it. Could not get him. Um, Kadarius Tony for 10. So if I couldn't get that one to Kadarius Tony, I thought eight would be enough. James bid 10. I also wanted Devontae Parker, but I put that down to zero because I thought I was going to get either Deonta or Kadarius. So I kind of messed up. I should have just put
Hmm.
in like a fiver for him just in case if he fell through. Um, and then
No interest in
yeah,
AP?
no interest in AP. No,
Okay.
I'm good there. Let's see. Just to catch up, who has financial freedom? Royce has zero. Nick has zero. Michael has zero. I'm close. I have one. Uh, David has 17. James has 23. And yeah, those are the notable waiver wires. Everyone else has like more than 50.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Surprising. Surprising some
Yeah,
people have more than 100, so
yeah. I
yeah.
mean that always happens, right? Between Ty, Vintuk, Vidney, they're pretty frugal. Marcus is pretty frugal
Uh-huh.
too.
They
Yeah.
just
So, what's up?
yeah, they just don't have anybody to drop.
Hmm. Um, Shot bets this week, kind of light. I know everyone's doing like a late sober November or whatever. So you and I had a shot bet on the Rams Green Bay game. Green Bay pulled that one off, so you owe one shot.
Hmm.
Um, Nick did pay up his head-to-head soju bottle. We're gonna show a view of that in just a second. So as David pulls it up, I can just talk about the rest. David owes three shots for my perfect week. He's 1 week late. He owes one for the Green Bay
Agree.
head to head, and then also the analysis head to head. So he's at one, three, four, five, six, and then analysis head to head. So that's oh no, that's five. One, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four. Five. Oh, he is at six. Yeah, he owes six
Am I at
shots.
6?
Yeah, you're at six. Timmy owes. Let me pull this up. See.
Jesus.
I got this one kind of late, and then Timmy is late again, so he either owes five or three. And Vincent is late again, so he owes either three or two. Nick and Royce did communicate it, so they're on layaway with two and one. So here's Nick's.
Oh, shoot. Oh, what is this? Podcast. Oh, I am on the new desktop, so it's taking a while. I forget which screen it's on. Oh, I didn't configure it. God damn it. So I guess we're just gonna have to watch it on the tiny screen, everybody.
But you can pull it. You know what? Just get out of it and just go into
Oh,
me, and I can
Discord.
stream. Yeah, I can stream it. Yeah,
Okay.
you just go back to Discord, and I can stream it.
You have the video up?
Oh, let me pull it up.
Okay, so we're going back to normal.
All right. So can you see? Yeah, just click on my Discord.
There you go. We'll
Yeah, I
watch
can.
it this way.
You're good.
Yep, we're back. We're back up.
Oh, so here's Nick. Is that Peach? I think. Oh, it's in the
Wow, he's just chugging it. He's like, is he even swallowing? He is, or is it
He
just
is.
all
Yeah, he's
open?
swallowing. He's swallowing.
Okay, some people just like open up their throat and it just goes down.
So yeah, that's quick. 8 seconds. Not bad
Yeah, not
for a
bad,
whole
not bad
soju
at all.
battle.
I
All right.
definitely can't do that. Wow,
So
respect.
there is that. Um, let's jump into our game for the week. Hindsight is 2020. So we want to talk about. We're just gonna look at the past trades. Kind of harp on all of Timmy's trade rape stuff
hmm
and see which one was truly a trade rape in hindsight. So go ahead and talk about the first one.
Yeah, we'll go quickly through. Do you want to
Yeah,
recap what we gave it like before, or?
we can recap it before and then just our
Okay,
thoughts real quick.
yeah. So we got Rojo. Myself gives receives Rojo for two fab to Jonathan.
Hmm.
Um, the pass grades was an A for myself and a B for Jonathan. I think it's still Rojo is still worth $2, so I think this trade aged pretty well.
I would say Jonathan won, not by much because it's only two fab. But Rojo's been the on that carousel where you pick him up and hoping he might become a starter. The following Sunday, and you just drop him for the next hot waiver wire pick. So, I think you can flip that and say Jonathan's kind of won.
Okay. Next trade, James receives Gibson and Claypool. Michael receives Mark Andrews and T. Higgins. Um,
Uh, I
yeah,
gave an A, and then I gave a B minus C plus. What did you give?
I gave Michael or I gave James an A and I also gave Michael a B. So,
Okay. Um.
after I don't know, like how many 6 weeks I think it's been.
uh,
This trade seems pretty even now still because Chase Claypool and T Higgins, I feel like are the kind of the same tier of player. Like they're like
mhm,
back to back, and pretty much it's Gibson for Mark Andrews, which
mhm.
Gibson was useless for like except for the last 2 weeks. And Mark Andrews has been like putting out production pretty consistently for the past 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And so it's just a give or a take. I think it's pretty even there.
I would say, Michael won this, and James kind of didn't because Gibson wasn't usable for him, and Chase Claypool kind of sucks. And yeah,
hmm
Mark Andrews has been kind of like a staple for Michael in his comeback run right now. I think he's 7-5,
I,
pulling through,
are
and
we
then
are we grading based on the players as they are now, or are we grading in the context of their
I would say
team?
context for sure context because right like trades wouldn't matter if it was context. Like in a vacuum, yeah, like it wouldn't matter, but um, Michael's winning and James isn't. James out of booty contention.
Okay.
So that's why I would say Michael's winning. You flip this, give Michael more or less an A, and James, a B C ish.
Yeah. Royce receives Dalton Schultz. James receives 35 fab.
Uh-huh.
Um, I graded James an A for James and a B for Royce. What about you?
Same thing. A for James, B for Royce. Um,
Yeah,
and
but hindsight, I mean, Nick bid $50 on Schultz this week, right? So Royce got kind of like a deal there. What do you
Yep,
think about? So I guess I would
I
elevate
agree.
Royce to an A because he kind of got like a discount.
Yeah, yeah. If you're looking at the market and Nick is buying into this market, Royce definitely won there.
Yeah,
Uh,
and James could have
James,
gone more.
yeah, James could have gotten more. I think James, has been having a rough time with his tight ends as well. Not
Mhm.
sure who he's been streaming stuff, but I think his team just kind of has been playing well in general. So, um,
He's been using Knox. Knox
oh yeah,
did pretty well. Yeah.
Knox been doing well. But yeah, I know he's been streaming, but his team just hasn't pieced it together. So, um, yeah, I would say same grades for the most part. Maybe B and a B. Nothing too crazy.
Now I think we come to our first kind of like our first real hindsight is 2020, right?
Uh huh.
So the next trade is David receives Josh Allen, Latavius Murray, and Tony Pollard. Jonathan receives Patrick Mahomes and Naeem Hines.
Hmm.
So just we all know that as of recent, Patrick Mahomes hasn't been the most consistent
Mm-mm.
quarterback out there. But Jonathan just keeps winning because his team is so good. But
Yep.
if you're just stacking the players against each other, Josh Allen I think has squeaked above Patrick Mahomes in value.
Hmm. Yeah. So for here, like I'm kind of looking at it as a value in a vacuum because I would say you definitely got the better when Josh Allen usable pieces in Latavius and Tony Pollard. Um, and Jonathan did drop Naeem Hines. However, um, yeah, I want to say you won this, but I think even Jonathan has been winning, right? It's not like he traded and
He
ended up
was
losing.
undefeated when he made this trade, so
Yeah, but he's also secured his pretty
yeah.
much secured his first place spot. Um, so maybe he values the open spots better. Maybe he was like, you know what, I don't plan on using
Mm,
Latavius, I don't plan on using Tony Pollard, and rather have it clog my mentals, clog my bench. Like I can make moves and generate wins that way.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
But
but yeah, I think you won this trade, but wasn't too bad for Jonathan if he valued bench space more.
okay. Our next trade is Michael receives Aaron Jones and DeAndre
Hmm.
Hopkins.
Hmm.
Jonathan receives Najee Harris, DJ Moore, and four fab on top. You gave this one an A and an A for both sides. What about now?
I did. Um, Michael hasn't been doing well. DeAndre Hopkins has been out for a couple weeks. Najee is just greater. Like I think that's a huge part in Jonathan still winning with the Patrick Mahomes trade was getting Najee. Um,
Yeah, Jonathan has definitely avoided a lot of shipwrecks
yeah,
with
yeah.
his trades. I don't know if
Um,
it's luck or like if he like can see the injury future or something, but he's definitely avoided a lot.
yeah. Because yeah, DJ Moore, hasn't been doing great either, but Najee has been great. Aaron Jones hasn't done much. DeAndre's been out, so I would say Michael has moved Michael's grade down to C. Not horrible. He does make moves, and he's still in the playoff hunt for like you look at Michael's team, you're like I don't like it too much, but he's winning, and he's 7-5, right? Something like that.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I mean, how many weeks has Aaron Jones been out? Two?
He was only out for 1 week.
Oh, he's
I
only
got
out
I
for 1 week.
Yeah, I used
Okay.
him last week, but he only got 2 points. He might
Okay.
as well have been out for 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. Because DeAndre's been out for 4 weeks, so that's
Yeah,
rough
yeah.
for
Hmm.
Michael. Yeah, so I downgrade Michael to a C. Jonathan receives like an A plus, an upgrade from
Yeah,
an A to an A plus.
yeah. Just
Ty
for getting that.
receives Devonta Freeman. Jonathan receives 8 fab.
So,
I th-
do
oh,
do you agree with Timmy screamed rape in this trade? Do you agree with Timmy here?
who was he screaming?
He screamed rape at a lot of trades, so I'm just saying
No,
this is
but
one of
like
them.
who was raping who?
He said Jonathan was raping Michael because
Yeah,
he wanted
yeah,
not
yeah.
because he wanted
That's
Najee.
at the moment, no, but in
Yeah,
hindsight, yeah. But
yeah. Hindsight being 2020. Yeah, I guess you got Timmy the Oracle over here,
yeah, you
right?
got Timmy over here. He caught first guessed it, dude. He saw what we couldn't see. He saw the DeAndre Hopkins medical reports and he said, "This is a
Mhm.
multi-week absence. Y'all gotta
Yeah.
trust me." Um,
James receives next one. James receives Chase Edmonds, Dalton
Not
Schultz, and Devontae.
Devontae Freeman,
Oh,
Jonathan
we
for
skipped over
eight
that.
fab.
My
Yeah,
bad.
we can go real
Yeah. Oh,
quick. I mean, Ty gets an A still. Devontae Freeman RB
yeah.
low end
Usable.
RB2 or
Mhm.
like whatever you
Mhm.
rate him. And
Yeah.
for eight fab, like you'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah. And I guess you would lower it. Yeah, you kept Jonathan at B minus. I guess I would move mine back down to B minus because I didn't believe in the Devontae Freeman. It's panned out, and then now that A fab probably wasn't worth it. I'd probably pay way more for the serviceable RB2 right now.
Yeah. Um,
Uh, what next
James
one?
receives Chase Edmonds, Dalton Schultz, and Devontae Smith. Royce
Mhm.
receives Antonio Gibson and Hunter Henry, who he did let go for 10 fab.
Mhm.
Initially, I did a C plus for Royce and an A for James. What
Uh,
about you?
um. Oh, initially I did C plus, B minus for Royce, and A for James.
Okay, so around the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one's kind of the first murky trade. I don't think I feel like the jury is still out on this one,
Mhm.
to be honest, because it's Antonio Gibson for Devontae Smith, Dalton Schultz, and Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith, if we're doing it in the context of his team, then I think Royce won this one straight up because
Yeah.
I think Chase Edmonds got injured right away and Devontae
Mhm.
Smith um
Was doing
wasn't
poorly.
doing that well.
Yeah. 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 I would agree with you. So I think it also made Royce's management of the Washington football team backfield a lot harder because he got McKissick and Gibson. And he was
Hmm.
like starting to flip players like, oh man, it's supposed to be a Gibson week. Oh no, it's supposed to be McKissick week. And I think that really fucked him for a couple weeks too. Um, James did flip Devontae Smith for Pollard eventually. Um, lost Edmonds, dropped Schultz. So I might get, James's A is going to move down. Yeah, totally in hindsight, none of these usable players for him probably contribute to a couple losses. I'd move James down to a C. I might keep this a C for Royce too, just because
I think this sent him to the toilet realm also because Gibson wasn't. We were telling
yeah,
you can't use Gibson for like the next 4 weeks after because of
um,
his shin injury, and then he had like the bye in Tampa Bay.
yep,
So yeah, so I C for both of them.
yeah, I would say this a C for both of them. No one really won here. It's a murky trade as it goes. Next one, David receives 100 Henry, Royce receives 10 Fab. You gave yourself a B and an A. I gave both you guys A's. What do you think?
Yeah, 10 fab for it's like I'm picking up off of the waiver wire.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
it's grade's the same.
yeah, I would say grades are the same too. Serviceable for 1 week, and then Royce got his money back. So no worries there. Ty receives Jacoby Myers. Day receives Sony Michelle 5 Fab. A's for everyone from David, myself, and the guests. What are your thoughts here?
Um, I think now Sony's looking pretty good with the Daryl Henderson getting banged up for a bit. And Jacoby is like a PPR monster. He's our target monster in the Patriots. He just doesn't score that much,
Yeah.
but you'll take his 10 points like weekly, whatever.
Um,
If you need 10 points, whatever. So I think an A for both of us still. What about you?
um, yeah, I don't know if you were gonna use him. I don't know if Ty used him for a game or not. Like,
I
I'm
think
gonna
he
be
used him
honest.
for the game I traded him to,
Okay.
and that was it.
So, yeah, he just you know traded for a piece to use that week. That's fine. I don't know if he won that week. I would have to check. I should have checked. Um, David gets a handcuff running back, which are is valuable as well. Daryl Henderson's might be hurt this week. I would keep the grades the
Just
same.
in time too.
We'll see. We'll see how
It
far
was just in
Hand Dog
time
gets
for my
Hand Dog gets
matchup
hurt.
against you.
Fuck. Next one. Go ahead.
Michael receives David Johnson. Royce receives J.D. McKissick. I mean, I said F for Michael and A for Royce. I think it's like pretty much the same.
I said C for Michael, A for Royce, and I'm just gonna say yikes. Like, oh, that aged like milk.
Yeah,
But
he got like 0 carries that game,
um,
right, or something like that.
yeah, yeah. So but I am gonna say though, David. I mean, Michael makes his trade and he's winning. Royce makes his trade and he's losing. So yeah, I want to say F for Michael. And I'm gonna say, since Royce is still losing, made him have a harder time with Antonio Gibson stuff. I might give Royce like a B, maybe a
Mm,
C,
mm.
like not necessarily an outright A, but still an F for Michael because he doesn't really get value.
Would you ever
Uh,
play both of them at the same time? Well, JD's hurt right now, right?
he's
Carted
hurt right
off.
now, but I mean, from seeing what you saw last
Uh-huh.
game, you might have to and just hope for 25 between the two of them.
Yeah. I mean, they're heating up. Washington's
Yeah.
heating up.
All right.
Next trade. James receives Pollard. David receives Devonta Smith. Right when this happened, I think this was one of the rape, one of the cases that Timmy
Mm-hmm.
was calling for.
Yeah.
I said A for both teams. Um, initially.
Mm-hmm.
But after he traded Devonta Smith to me, Devonta Smith like went off for like back-to-back 20
Yep.
piece games, which
Yep.
helped me get the wins those weeks.
Yeah.
So I needed to make this trade. So I might downgrade. If Zeke is out, then I would still say A for both of us.
Yeah. I agree with that. If Zeke gets out, A for both you guys. It did help James last week, even though he couldn't pull off the win. He finally got to use Pollard. But he wasn't usable, and then Smith was very usable for you. So I said B for you, A for James. I'll switch it now, A to you. I would say B for James because he hasn't been winning,
Yeah.
and maybe if he kept him, he could have been too.
Yeah. Hopefully Devonta keeps it going this week.
However, he has been going two, so you got him for 20, and then he followed by 8 point games and a 3 point game.
8
But
and then 3?
yeah, I just checked that.
Okay. Um,
Uh,
yeah, so we have a blockbuster trade next. We didn't even grade this trade, so
yeah, it was just on air. We couldn't grade it. It was too hot, too fresh. We
yeah,
made the trade and we left it.
well,
So
it was A's for both.
technically, right? That's why we made it.
Chris receives CMC, Kittle, and Mike Evans. I receive Elijah Mitchell, Travis Kelsey, and Ridley.
Mhm.
I mean, a soul for a soul. That's the only
Dude,
way. That's the only way it could be, you know.
yep, yep.
So in reality, it's Mike Evans, Kittle for Kelsey and Elijah,
Yeah,
which I think
it's not bad.
it's pretty good for me. It's not bad for you, especially it's like Elijah and Kelsey for Mike Evans and Kittle plus 3 weeks of good running back play,
Yeah. You got
right?
great weeks of
Like,
running back play.
cause
Yep.
no, you got 3 weeks of CMC, right?
Yeah, I got 2 weeks of CMC
So
and then one no. Yeah,
yeah, so it's if I guaranteed you 2 dubs, Mike Evans and Kittle
yeah,
for Kelsey and Elijah.
yeah.
So I'd say it's still pretty good for both of us. It
hmm
was just better for you. Now it's like kind of even.
Yeah, it's definitely even. Elijah Mitchell looks so good out there. And then you did get Travis Kelsey in a vibe, but you pulled off the win without him, so you're in a very good position right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
definitely. He definitely helped my team.
Next trade.
Oh, Aaron Jones. Chris receives Aaron Jones. Michael receives Deonta Foreman and James Conner.
hmm
I think I missed this episode. I would probably grade Chris an A initially,
Uh-huh.
and Michael maybe a B minus.
Uh-huh.
But now James Conner's running like an RB1, and Aaron Jones has an AJ Dillon problem. So
hmm
I might swap that. This is still in the works. I might swap because we haven't seen AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones on the field at the same time yet.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
can't give a definitive grade, but just on paper, I can see it flip flop. So Michael an A and Chris a B.
Cool. I would say um I think Michael wins this trade. I think Michael gets an A, and I think I stay at a B. I gave us both Bs. Aaron Jones might be still banged up. He didn't do well, and but AJ Dillon did do very well against the Rams. Um, Michael wins without James Conner in a bye, and Deontay Foreman looked good. He just dropped him, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know
so
why.
yeah, I don't know what was happening, but he did drop him. Um,
Wow, Aaron Jones. Yeah.
but yeah, I would say James Conner looks good without Chase Edmonds, and it's helping him get wins. So there's that.
Hmm.
Um, Next trade, Vin receives Mike Evans, Damian Harris. Chris receives Miles Gaskin, AJ Brown. Uh,
Oof.
you said Vin gets an A plus. I get a B minus. Vin gets an A, and I get a B. Your thoughts?
Yeah, so I think Vin gets like an A, stays at an A plus, and Chris gets downgraded from a B minus to a D maybe, because it's just Miles
Ooh,
Gaskin for Damian Harris and Mike Evans.
I'm gonna give you the hard hitting stats. You ready for this?
Go ahead.
Week 12, when I get him, Dame plus Mike Evans. Oh, week 11. Let's start with week 11. Gaskin and AJ Brown combined for 24.4, and Dame and Evans get 24.3. Even trade, right? That week.
Hmm.
The next week, AJ Brown's out. Dame and Mike Evans combined for 14.8, and Miles Gaskin gets 18.2 by himself.
Mm.
So
So,
I'm just gonna leave the numbers there. The numbers are the numbers.
all right,
But
but we'll see. Oh, we'll give it because Miles
it's
Gaskins
fresh.
does tend to run hot and cold every other game. He just
And
hit two hots this game.
he did hit two hots.
So
Mike
that
Ev- yeah, Mike Evans did come back down. He had a 17 and a 7, and Dame flipped as well. Dame had like an 11 and then a 13 or something like that.
mhm.
So I forget, but yeah, so kind of definitely hurts because I don't get AJ Brown. So yeah, I definitely still think I'll lose. It just worked out that Miles Gaskin has been very hot. So
Yeah. Yeah. And Mike Evans has been coming down with Gronk back, and I think to the next master. I think he has New Orleans one, so you can't use him for that game.
yeah, so I definitely traded. Looking at schedule and knowing
Uh,
that Tom Brady targets the open guy,
okay.
right? Vin Took receives Adrian Peterson. Jonathan receives 30 fab. Uh,
Oof.
we said A plus for Jonathan, C plus for Vin, or C. You said C plus. I said A plus for Jonathan, C minus for Vin. Thoughts?
30 fab for a 1 week rental because he got cut right after.
Yeah.
It's not
And
too. I think I keep Vin at a C plus, and I think I keep Jonathan at an A. Not
okay.
too bad.
Yeah. He also had a lot of money left. So what is that like?
Yeah.
15% for him. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Same. A plus, C minus.
James,
If you can get higher than an A, I would get higher than A. I would give higher than A plus.
really to Jonathan.
Yeah, I think that was a great trade. Got
Okay.
a bunch of fab. Still has 50 fab and spent big money this week too on like Amir Abdullah and I don't know Deontay Foreman.
Yeah, that's Vin's 50 fat right there.
Yeah.
But James gets OBJ. Ty gets $20. At first, we said A plus for James and a D for Ty.
Uh.
I think it's the same.
Hmm.
OBJ's building that or building chemistry with Matt Stafford every week, and the wide receiver two on the Rams for $20 is pretty good.
Hmm. Um. I agree, but I think most of his points came off one big play. So we'll just I think a little too early as well. We'll have to see how it goes.
But Matt Stafford's known for that deep ball. Cause I feel like he hits like Van Jefferson, D-Jax, OBJ, Cooper Cup with the deep
uh,
ball like pretty like at least once a game.
yeah.
So he's pretty good with the deep ball, but yeah. OBJ, I think what was the stat? OBJ's first touchdown in like 19 games or 19 weeks.
Is that what it is? Holy!
19
I did not know
it
that.
was a stat. I don't know if it's his first touchdown.
Yeah.
It might be. He's like been banged up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um Our last trade, right, is Ty receives T. Higgins and Michael
Yeah.
gets Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
I said A minus for Ty, A for Michael.
Mhm.
I didn't answer this one, but I think the
I can go ahead.
same.
Okay, I agree. I think T Higgins went off last week for Ty. Finally, big game helped them win a week. TH had a 14.6 game that went on bye, so still a little too early to evaluate that trade in my opinion, but still good trades for both teams. I think helps both teams with needs they have.
Yeah.
Ready to jump into the playoff race?
Yeah. Playoff race.
I'm gonna
Everybody.
I'm gonna share my screen right here. If you wanna pull it up.
Okay, I'll pull your face up. But all right. If you guys want ignorance is bliss, just skip forward like maybe like 5-10 minutes in the podcast. Don't stay for this segment because
Yeah.
it'll either make or break your playoff hopes. Okay. So,
Mainly you.
well, I still have
so
hope. It was
You need
my
some.
segment. This was my idea. I needed to see the numbers.
All right, so in our current rating rankings here, so if you refresh this page, actually, if you guys use this, it will change.
Hmm.
Right now, it looks like uh, locked into the playoffs for sure is
Jonathan.
Jonathan. God, my bad, Jonathan. All these team names.
I
So
know, and it's you naming your opponent, so you have to like do like a
yeah,
swap in your head. It's so
yeah.
stupid.
Because if it was the team name and it was like the username underneath, that's a lot easier for me. And even the picture, right? I can tell by the pictures. We got Marcus with an 89.65% chance of making it into the playoffs. These are his odds right here. Highest odd is third place. I have a 89.57. So we're like right there, neck and neck. My highest place possible is 27. Is second place, third and fourth, all low 20s to mid 20s. Best chance to get second place in the buy is Timmy with 33.65. Um, and then he's most likely going to make the playoffs here,
He has
83.8.
a 15% chance to fall out of the
Yeah,
playoffs. We should
yeah,
include their chance to, or I guess you just
subtract it, right?
minus 100 here, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Most likely getting eighth place if he does follow the playoffs, 9% there,
Yeah, that was pretty big. I'm not gonna
right?
lie.
Um, let's see here. Next one is this is Nick um, with 65% chance making the playoffs, most likely getting a seventh
Seventh
place or
place.
sixth place
Wow.
seed. Yeah,
Six or
20.85,
seven.
18.87 here. And then weird because it's like not fifth, but he's gonna jump up to third and fourth otherwise,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Double
I think
digits.
that's where the math, like the points for, comes into play.
Yeah. Okay. And then 50% chance is Vintuk. Wow, that's pretty good odds. 50% chance for someone we rolled out at the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
12th in power rankings, all that. Power rankings are
You
fake, dude.
notice he's been talking a lot more on the
Yes,
group
sir.
chat, dude. This
Fe-
guy, man.
Feeling himself a little too much, but his highest chance is getting eighth is
That's more
27.85.
like it.
Um, Otherwise, he's getting a fifth, sixth place ranking. 47%, 46.55 is Michael.
Hmm.
Most likely getting a ninth place finish here.
Oof.
They think he's gonna get finished, lose out, get a ninth place finish, and then he has a fifth, you know, 15%, 60% for fifth and sixth place respectively. And you got Ni with his most likely outcome as a ninth place as well, 20%, 40% chances to make in the playoffs, 20% chance to be ninth place, highest percentage. And then if he's in the playoffs, he's most likely to get sixth place or third place. Okay. And then you got Ty. Can't get first or second. Uh, 37% chance of making the playoffs, but he most likely will get a ninth or an eighth place finish. That's what it looks like. Even a seventh place finish. These are all the highest percentage, 7, 8, 9. Then if he makes it, he's gonna get a fifth place spot, and he has a 2% chance for a third place spot.
Oh wow.
And right here, dude, if there's hope, if I've ever seen one, y'all watching this right here, David is most likely to he has a 0.08% to squeak into
That's
the playoffs.
that's like
6%.
8/100ths of a percent
Yes,
to make the
sir.
playoffs.
Not even 8%. We're talking 8/8 of
Yeah.
1%.
Yeah, of 1%. 8 over 100
Oh
of
man.
1% chance
So
to
what is
make
that?
the
8 over 10
sixth.
8 over 10,000 or something like that? Is that the math? 100 times 100,
Yeah,
four
yeah, yeah,
zeros.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Oh my god. 8 in
to get the
10,000
sixth
chance.
spot.
And control the controllables, okay? Control the
Yeah.
controllables. All right. Since it does flip every time, I'm gonna refresh this one
Does
time and
it
see your
increase?
odds change. Okay, you ready?
Okay, yeah.
One reroll right here. One reroll. Is doing the math.
It's crunching the numbers. It's crunching the numbers. But real quickly, while it crunches the numbers, 9 and or was it 11 and 12 is James and Royce pretty much locked in.
Uh,
Um, Actually, Royce has a 10% chance to move up to the 11th
mm.
spot.
Oh
So,
no! In our new rankings, in our new ratings, we got David
oh,
going down to three. Oh, 8%. That's
so
three in
three
ten
one
thousand.
hundredth of
Three one
of
hundredths.
a
Yeah.
percent.
Oh man, this is good stuff right here.
Oh my. Oh, but you went up to 90%.
I did go up to
Okay.
90.
Well, we all know that I have less than
Yeah.
1% chance
Yeah.
to make the sixth spot. So there's a chance. So you're saying I'm not mathematically out yet,
Nope,
which is
not
all
yet.
I need.
So yeah, these odds are just a note from the hub is the odds are calculated just from the history every team scores. Doesn't include projections, doesn't include buys. Like I lost CMC, so 90% doesn't look that good. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, things like that. So just an example. Cool.
Hmm. Sounds good. Thank you for
All
doing
right.
that. Um, yeah. So I hope that either made you guys' day or made your guys' day worse. I don't know. Or if you skipped it, welcome back. We're going through the power rankings right now. Um,
uh,
any
what
surprises on the power
what
rankings?
happened here?
What happened
Why is
here?
why
Just
is
is
it
that
glitched?
me?
Do you see that?
Yeah, I think
Wait a
you
second.
just put in the header. Someone just put in the header.
Oh, okay, okay. My
I
bad.
undid it.
My bad. Okay.
Um, yeah. So mostly like stagnant. Um, Royce.
Oh, let's before we go into that, let's talk about last week's games.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ty takes a dub over Jonathan. Vin takes a dub over Royce. Timmy takes a dub over Nick. Michael takes the dub over Yi. Marcus takes the dub over myself, and David does win. Um, we had an abysmal showing. You went 1 for 6 for your selections, and I went 2 for 6.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, we dropped our ratings down pretty far. You're at 57, 58%. I'm at 59, 60%, and the guest is still at 53. So we need a guest on to try to bump your numbers up. Any thoughts on the games this week? Anything like that?
I guess we would call it upset central. I
Yeah.
guess. I mean,
I would say Michael had the dirtiest win. Vigny forgot to set his alarm according to
I
Facebook.
know.
Like not even like I thought someone was like, okay, maybe he's working. It's like Thanksgiving. Like they got him slaving away here, and he just can't check his phone. And then he's like, dude, Lamau, I overslept. I was like, dude, you deserve this win.
Or yeah, right?
Yeah,
Well, if we go back to his playoff chance. Oh, I wanted to add. Um, Yi is outside the playoffs right now. Like within our playoff odds generator. I think he's
yeah,
like sitting at 8 or 9 right now. So
yeah. He's at
I
like 40% or
this
something
might
like that. Yeah,
cost you. You might
yeah.
fuck around and land outside the playoffs. So
And the hell's Michael getting into? So hey, good props to you, Michael.
yeah, Michael just
Uh,
needs one break. I can't believe
yeah,
it. Whatever.
dude. Um, David did send James to the toilet realm. Nick's team, Yee's team, yeah, Yee sat CD, but his team busted pretty hard. And my team busted pretty hard too. So Nick, mine, and Yee's just way below expectations. Um, Ty chose to sit in case of a fumble injury, so it looks like a narrow win, but he did have a one player spot open versus Jonathan. Cool. Power rankings. You want to talk power rankings? What do we got here?
Mm, Marcus and Timmy skyrocketing in up into the second and third spot. I
Mm.
think both of them are up 3 spots from last week. Um, Besides that, big droppers. I think Nick is a big dropper. Me moving up 1 spot, sending James finally down to 12th.
Yeah,
I'm finally up from 11th. I
yeah.
can't believe Royce is still sitting at 10 at
That's what
two
I
and
was saying too. I don't get Royce is 2 and 10,
I
and he's
mean,
still there.
that's just the man. Like, is it okay? You tell me. Is it unlucky or is that a manager diff? Because if
Nah,
you
this
look at
man.
his overall wins, it's 70. He's
Yeah.
positive, right?
Just manager diff for sure. I would definitely say manager diff.
Yeah, I think Royce, you gotta work on. Like, he would clown you, but like, the proof is in the pudding, man.
All right,
Like,
you know what? Let's see. I'm gonna pull up the schedule comparison. Let's hop into my um thing here. If you
oh
look at
yes,
what was it? Michael what's the name we're looking for? Riding
Royce.
Dirty?
Yeah, right and dirty.
Well, yeah, you know what? This is the position where he gets the lowest wins, 2-10 right here.
But this is if
Everywhere
he.
else he should be 7-5 and 6-6, right? This is if he has anyone else's schedule. So, and this is him being in the middle of the pack with, in my opinion, like great, like a really great team.
Yeah,
Like, so this is his lineup, just staying in the middle between 7-5 and 5-7. Like, I definitely think he could have a better team if he had better, you know, player selection, I guess, or whatever it is.
let's see. Where are you? You're like laying about where your team should lay. Thanksgiving tiers, yeah, more or
Yeah, I don't,
less.
I don't, I don't get above this. I might get 8-4 here if I'm
What about
facing
what
schedule.
about let's see. The only way to know is look at Jonathan's team. That's how we know the real manager diff.
Actually, Famoose, 8-4, 10-2,
S-
9-3, 8-4. So
See,
here's
he's
a
got
couple. Here's a couple middle ones. That's fine. But overall, like in the playoffs, right? Like 6 scenarios, 8 scenarios where he's in the playoffs.
yeah. I feel like Royce is like that 2 and 10 right there. Like that's like the biggest discrepancy between like everybody I can see.
Uh huh. Uh-huh.
Besides like myself, who I have like pretty big
Yeah,
variance
yeah,
also.
you have a big variance too. 2 10s, 3 9s. You're doing the best you can here. 5-7. You could be 7-5 if you had Vintook's schedule.
Well, I've been took. Let's look at Vintook real
That's
quick.
like a Vintook. F as in F. Royce 5-7, 7-5. Best record here. That's his best record
He
that
has
he
his
that he,
best
he
record
produced.
currently. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-8-7-5, 4-8-5-7, 6-6, 3-9, 4-8, 4-8, 5-7, 5-7. So yeah, he has the best possible record he could have.
Who's
So that's
yeah.
lucky, I guess.
Okay. Well,
But yeah, some thought, some food for
yes.
thought.
Yeah, food for thought. Yeah, Royce. That's actually pretty funny that Royce hit the exact 210 matchup. But yeah. I mean, most of those matchups were winnable though.
um, yeah. Also a big slide. Yeah, I think you said it. Nick, no, who 6? Even he had the biggest slide from 3 to 6. He really
Oh, that was
messed
Vin
up
Yi.
there. Yeah.
Oh, not Nick.
Uh,
Oh yeah, Nick slid a little bit
Nick
from
slid
two to
just one.
four, one to two to
Yeah.
four. Yeah.
So,
Um.
but he's still close. Nick and Simi are close. 4.64, 4.86. Um, yeah. Overall, nothing too surprising, right? What are your thoughts? Anything surprising here?
Um. The only thing that's a little bit surprising is that I might have a chance of sliding up to 10. Look how close that is.
You should be at 10. That's the
But
thing, though. You should be at 10.
I know,
I don't
man.
know how Royce is the way he is.
Yeah, but anything else? Yeah, everybody's pretty close. If you look at the just the chart itself,
Yeah.
everybody seems to be plateauing. No, like not like the beginning of the season where everything's all jagged. Um, yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Want to hop
nothing
into the
surprising here.
predictions?
Yeah, we'll hop into the predictions here. Let's
First
go week.
matchup.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, first matchup is Royce versus Jonathan. Um, I will start us off.
Okay.
Wait, is it Royce versus Jonathan? Oh, I'm on week 12.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you got week 13. You got Royce
Um,
versus Jonathan.
okay.
Game that doesn't matter for either team. They pretty much secured their spots.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they should do something fun, but I think Royce wants to um like kind of win out. It's just to validate himself
yeah.
that hey, I can beat the number one seed with my team, and then I
Yep.
just get unlucky. But
Yeah.
whatever. Quarterbacks we have. I think I have it tied actually.
Mhm.
Just because Patrick Mahomes has been pretty inconsistent lately, and
Mhm.
running backs, I have Royce just because we don't know if Sanders is gonna play. Wide receivers, I also have Royce because I think he has a little bit more steady options on his side than Jonathan. Tight end slightly to Jonathan, but both of them have the potential to like put up maybe just 5 points every a game. So it's slightly in Jonathan's favor, and flex definitely going to Royce. Ayuk without Debo, I mean,
Yeah.
he's just gonna be a target hog.
Mhm.
And I don't know if David Johnson is the move here, Jonathan. What about you?
I would say I agree with everything. Push quarterback, running back Royce if no Miles Sanders. Um, I just move Ayuk up, so I think Royce wins that wide receiver battle straight up with Justin Jefferson and Brennan Ayuk versus Tyler Lockett and Jalen Waddle. Though I don't think it's that bad. I think Jalen Waddle and Tyler Lockett are pretty good right now. Um, so David Johnson versus Elijah Moore, I would lean Royce as well. I don't think Jonathan might not pick up a kicker this week. He might just sit on all, knowing he has a spot, sit on all his lottery tickets and just kind of go from there.
True, because he doesn't need to win, right? So
Hmm.
no need to. But it might affect who gets the. Actually, 11
I
and
think he's
12 both get the buy in the toilet, right? So it doesn't matter.
yeah.
It depends what side of the bracket Royce wants to be in. You want to face Ski, or do you want to face me on the other side? Yeah.
Anything you change or
I don't think I
anything you
would.
think is going to come down to?
Oh, I think it comes down to Miles Sanders playing. I think Jonathan has a good chance if Miles Sanders
Hmm.
does play. I think it's questionable right now.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think I would change anything on either team.
Okay.
What about you?
Um,
Yeah.
I think I would go with. Oh shoot! I just saw something. I need to do something later. I might play Singletary. I might play Singletary instead of David Johnson. Miles Sanders does need to play, and I don't think I would do anything on Royce's side, leading me to Royce pulling this one off.
I
Jonathan
also
has,
think Royce pulls this one out, but
yeah,
you have
just because,
different reasons than me.
yeah, I think Jonathan just is going to sit out a kicker, and he doesn't have Debo. Why? What? Any other thoughts? Or
I didn't consider him not playing a kicker here. I think Royce could win it straight up,
Mhm.
just because Jonathan, yeah, this team's hurting right now,
I would
especially
say,
without Sanders.
if Royce is really unlucky, he's going to play kicker, and Jonathan isn't, and Royce is going to get negative.
With the kicker, with
So
Legatron.
I would say that's
Wow.
that's truly
That would
that
be
proves he's unlucky.
that would be pretty unlucky. Like his defense and his kicker both combined for like -4. Jeez, that's crazy. That would be crazy.
All right,
Um,
let's jump into James and Marcus. James is in the Shadow Realm, so he's just playing for his dignity. Marcus is playing for a playoff spot here, 6-6. Oop, his team is catching fire at the right time. I got the quarterback. Um, important match. I must say important match for every game's an important match this week, pretty much. If you're in a playoff spot, um, Marcus. If Kyler plays, the quarterback goes to James. The running backs go to Marcus. I like Joe Mixon, Cordarrelle. Lottery tickets on James's side with Tony Pollard and Naeem Hines because he lost Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Swift this week. Um, wide receiver goes to Marcus, uh, Deontay Johnson, and DK Metcalf. Only because Odell Beckham and Chase Claypool on the other side, even though DK hasn't been doing well. Tight end's going to go to James. I like Logan Thomas. And then the flex goes to Marcus with Van Jefferson over Cortland Sutton. I really don't like Cortland Sutton here. So we'll explain on that. Any differences in my rankings?
um, I have the tight ends tying. Um, I definitely also I agree. I don't like Cortland Sutton at all, even if it's playing like Kansas City.
Yeah.
He's just not on a really good passing offense,
Uh-huh.
and he has Judy back, I think. Um, is it? I think for James, it depends on Zeke's health and Kyler's health. And Matt Stafford might actually have a bad game here against Jackson, but I feel like they could get it done on the ground,
Hmm.
and he might not have to throw for as many yards. He'll still get his 2, 3 touchdowns, I think. He might just not get the yardage to supplement that.
Hmm.
If is there, I might play Knox over Logan just because I think they are playing New England, and Stefan Diggs we think will be taken away.
Uh-huh.
So I could see Knox getting a touchdown or two here.
Um,
And I would play Dak over Stafford just because Dak has his weapons back.
cool. I agree. I would just add the Tony into the game instead of Sutton if he's healthy. Otherwise, I agree with
Okay.
everything else. Needs James needs a couple booms. So with that being said, I think Marcus. But I do think Marcus looks beatable this week without the Browns running backs, and I'm just gonna lean James. I think James might pull this
Oh, you
upset off
think
here.
James?
Yeah.
Well, my head is saying Marcus is winning, but my 8/100ths of a percent wants James to win out here.
What are
Yeah.
you thinking? Otherwise,
My I'm thinking Marcus if I took off my fantasy football hat and put on my
yeah.
analyst hat, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I think James might hit some booms this week. We'll see. I think DK's been playing poorly too, but he just needs a. Oh yeah, he need. Oh yeah, my note here is Mixon needs to have a manageable game because he could easily put up 40 points against the Chargers' soft run defense.
Yep. And he's
Uh,
been hot.
yeah. Vincent versus Ty. Let's
Um
jump there.
for this I have QBs going to Vintuk. Um running backs if Kamara plays, I think surprisingly it's going to be a tie.
Mhm.
Um Javante looks really good. I didn't watch the game, but it does look like he's getting more carries. I don't know the game script that game, but
Yeah.
Kansas City can be beaten on the ground pretty easily, so I see Denver leaning on the run game more than the pass game.
Um,
Um that's not I'm counting Madison as a flex. If we count Madison as
I
like
would count Madison as a flex too. To be
okay,
honest, like I think Eckler and Fournette deserves to be where they at. We can talk about them as a running back one, running back
it
two.
might yeah, it might I think if Kamara plays it might push there. Wide receivers, I give the slight edge to Vin just because Renfro and Evans is a little bit more consistent than Ho- Hollywood.
Yeah.
Um, tight end, I also give to Vin. Zackert's been on a tear lately. Conklin is like just one of those touchdown or bust tight ends,
Yeah.
but flex definitely going towards Ty
Okay. My differences here, I think the running back straight up go to Ty whether
Kamara.
Kamara's playing or not, and I think the wide receivers go to Ty. I really like Marquise and Keenan here. Um, yeah, I think that flex is a huge place that they need to win. Ty's got Madison this week. Kendrick Bourne versus Buffalo. He needs a big time boom game that he's been
Wow,
hitting on.
against Buffalo.
Yeah, against Buffalo for so Vincent really needs that game from Bourne to keep it spicy for this matchup. Thoughts on any other options?
Yeah, I mean, if Madison does get the full load here, he does have a history of not being able to handle the full load,
Hmm.
right? So Vin does have that working for him. Even though it's against Detroit, I think Madison's had some easy matchups before where he just hasn't delivered on his hype. So I think Vin can count on history there. Is there anything I might change? I might play T. Higgins over Hollywood Brown this week. I'm just off on Brown. I don't think there's
Okay.
enough passing volume in that offense to for him to do well. What about you?
I mean, he got
10 targets or
yeah,
whatever.
10 targets, so but they're all low. So we'll see what happens. Lamar did poorly, so I'm hoping he bounces back there for Ty's sake. I think we're good. I don't know if I play T. Higgins. Chargers pass D is pretty good. And Jamar Chase had a bad game, so I don't know if Joe Burrow is going to try to feed him the ball or not. Of course, Kamara if he's healthy, and I think I have Ty winning this week.
I also have Ty winning. We all came to. Well, I feel like me and you like disagreed a lot on our picks, but then we were like, oh, whatever. Ty wins at the end.
Yeah.
Michael versus Nick. Why don't you start us off?
All right. I got the quarterback going to Nick. Tom Brady versus Garoppolo. Running backs are even. James Conner and CH for Michael versus Montgomery and Saquon Barkley. Uh, For Nick, I got wide receivers going to Nick if you're counting Cup McLaurin versus Godwin and D Hop. We're hoping D Hop plays, and the tight end goes to Mark Andrews versus Schultz, and then the flex is gonna be Pittman versus Ty. Um, I want to see, the number should say Pittman, but also Ty Houston, right? So,
Ty owns Houston.
thoughts on my analysis? Any difference in positional skill?
Um, I think me and you are pretty much the same. I think the hot take here was James Conner and Clyde is tied with Saquon and David Montgomery, but
Yeah.
Saquon is like he's not been doing like too well. He just keeps getting injured. I don't think he'll
Yeah.
be what he was before the injury this year
Yeah.
at least.
Mhm.
Even just because Daniel Jones is banged up, so I don't think they'll respect his passing
Yeah.
offense, and the receiving core is banged up also. So James Conner and Clyde is like we don't know what Clyde got happened to Clyde after the bye week, but
Mhm.
I think James Conner is like a stud. So I think it does come down to Ty versus Pittman because one will boom, the other will have like a below average game.
Mhm.
We just don't know which one it is. I don't think I wouldn't make a change to any teams. What about you?
I would say Nick needs a bounce back from Saquon. Michael needs a big game from CH and Hopkins to come back. And then I might play Gallup instead of gambling on DeAndre being healthy. Um, because I don't know if DeAndre isn't a go. I don't know who else he's going to put in. Um, but with that being said, I think Michael does pull this one off. I like his team and his matchups this week.
Okay. Timmy
Who
versus
who
Yi.
who do you got?
Oh, I have Michael,
All right, 2 more matchups. Go ahead. Next one. Timmy versus Yi.
but my heart wants Michael to lose. Timmy versus Yi. I think QBs go to Yi, running backs Yi if Zeke plays, wide
Mhm.
receivers Yi also. Just because he has more depth, he has like some certified bangers on his wide receivers. They just don't like boom as much anymore. But Timmy just has Tyreek and Jamison Crowder. Like Jamison Crowder is like
Tough.
what, three
He's in a tough
points, right?
position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I there's people on the waiver wire I might pick up over Jamison Crowder.
Yeah.
I would even play like Corey Davis over Jamin. Same team,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
right? So Timmy has it rough there.
Hmm.
He probably, knowing him, he probably won't even listen to us, and he would just run him out just to prove that he's right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and flex, I have actually going towards Timmy just because Mike Will's been like over the last, I don't know, 6 games, he's been like the wide receiver 40 or something on the
Hmm.
week.
Hmm.
So I don't believe in the Mike Will hype anymore. Is this his second year? That sophomores,
Third year.
sophomores. Oh,
Third,
never mind.
maybe fourth year. Fourth year.
Oh,
He's been in the league for a minute.
Jamar Chase is hitting the rookie wall, right?
I think I would say so. I guess he's
Um,
not doing horribly. Like this is pretty crazy for any kind of wide receiver as it is. He's the number 8 wide receiver of the year. So just needs a couple bounce backs. Joe
yeah,
Mixon
he
has been
was
having.
he was crazy. His first was 6 games, but seven
Yeah.
games, but he's been slowing down. Yeah.
I think it's also like Joe Mixon's back, and like if they're winning, they're just gonna keep feeding Joe Mixon the ball.
Okay. Um,
Um,
yeah.
I
Uh,
agree with you. I agree with you there. I think Timmy's gonna have a tough week. Say having to play Jameson, he needs a TD from Gordon. He needs a bounce back from Mike, and there's a lot of talk about load management for Zeke, so he needs that not to happen. I might play CD over Mike Will, but that's it. What are your thoughts?
yeah, I'll agree with CD over Mike Will. I have Timmy winning this one actually,
Mhm.
just because
Your heart
um
says so.
my heart says so. But I think if he does play Jamar Chase and Mike Will, I think they continue to bust.
Okay.
Not bust, but like not boom.
Yeah.
And is Zeke trending towards playing? I don't know if they'll give him his full workload. I think they might lean on Pollard more than him
Hmm.
this week.
All right,
Go
you
ahead.
need Timmy to win,
Yep.
and then you want Timmy to win. I think he wins here. So difference. And our last matchup for one shotgun.
Yeah,
Um,
one shotgun. Yep, yep, yep.
all right, you and me. You want to break down your team first?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like a total domination across the board. Quarterback, I win pretty easily.
uh,
Jalen Hurts is banged up, so he can't steal Boston Scott's touchdowns anymore.
mhm,
And
mhm.
hopefully he stays in the pocket and Devonta Smith has a squeaky wheel game. So I have those two going for me. Elijah Mitchell doesn't have his Debo problem anymore.
True, true.
Mooney is like emerging as the number one option in the on the Bears right now.
Tough game versus Arizona though, but still the number one option, right?
Yeah, yeah, still getting like 8 to 12
Yeah.
targets a game. It's like
Hmm.
insane. Kelsey, I have it over Kittle, and yeah, I just think I just overall have the better team here. The one thing I
Um,
don't have is Josh Allen. On the flip side, Josh Allen is throwing to Stephon Diggs. So
true. Um, I think running backs are a push and wide receivers a push though. I think I get Jamal Williams and Miles Gaskin in good matchups this week. Um, and I think wide receivers are more or less a push. I got Stephon Diggs and then supported by uh either Marvin, Jones or Sterling Shepard if he plays. I think will be big time for him.
really,
Hmm.
okay. I think it comes down to my Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs or
Hmm.
Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith matchup.
All right.
Which one? But the thing I do have going for me is Stephon is against New England. Hopefully they take him away, so
Hmm.
hopefully it's like a Cole Beasley game. If you want, you can just bench him, I think.
I might just play both the Bills receivers.
Oh, all
All three of the
three. They're
Bills
all on the waiver
receivers.
wire.
They are all on the waiver wire.
Yeah, cut.
Um,
But
yeah. If I were you, I would play Sony Michelle if Headnock's out, of course. And I personally am still messing around with my quarterback play, my wide receiver two
oh,
play, and even my flex options. So
oh,
kind of kind of debating some things right now.
okay, yeah. For you, um, I think I might just roll this. I don't think I trust Sterling Shepard, so I might roll out Djax just for that big play. But
Hmm.
just because I don't like Sterling Shepard, but yeah, I think this will be pretty close.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
myself
Uh,
winning.
I have myself winning too.
Oh,
And our one shot bet is that.
yeah. Okay. Well,
All
that's
right.
all we have for today.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Good luck on your final
Yeah.
playoff push.
Playoff push.
Yep. See
All
ya.
right. Later, guys.